Well, I said we'd go out to dinner. Well, if I order it on Amazon, it should come tomorrow or the next day. Because I've got Amazon Prime and the grocery store isn't very... Well, they were on sale last week. Let's see if they're still at a good price. If you drink everything but like a teaspoonful of milk, do you have to put the gallon back in the refrigerator? I don't know what he was doing, but this didn't come through like I asked. Anyways, we're going to have to start over. Could you pick up some more butter while you're out there? The laundry needs to be separated, the lights and the darks, so they don't bleed. I don't know where you find the time. I'm just so busy all the time.
Did you know that Massachusetts has 386 species of native bees? And also in our state we have 100 species of butterflies.
People look across a park or a golf course and think it's green and lush, but to a bee it's like a desert or a petrified forest. There's nothing to survive on.
We were talking a little bit about communication in the hive, and there's different dances that the bees will do. So when they come back in, they do things like the waggle dance. And a waggle dance is where they will come in and they will waggle. And so what happens is the bees will come in that have been out in the fields, and they'll let other bees know where they should go. Bees will come in from being out in the field, and they'll make this little circle dance. So they'll come in and they'll do a little circle dance, and then they'll point in the direction that they want to go. And that will tell the other bees how far and in what direction to go. So they base this on the sun, and the bees just know from where they are, where they should go, and what direction.
Edith Cunha's poem, Navigation. Starting at daybreak, head into the sun, staying left, always left. Pass between the honey locust trees, but don't dally here. They are blooming and sweet, but not as sweet as the goal, trust me. Soar over the ample patch of Queen Anne's lace. Arc slightly right where the dandelions grow, in a thick patch along the snaky stream. Do not cross the stream. Keep going, keeping its right margin always to the left. When the stream bears sharply left, go beeline over Indian paintbrush, over corn poppy, over field strawberry. Let not these be a distraction. Beeline, beeline, until ahead you catch the fragrance, the sweet light wafting, and soon you will be there at the linden frothing with bloom enough for a whole colony.
The bee's blood is colorless. Many apiarists contend that newly settled countries are most favorable to the bee, and an old German adage runs thus: bells, ding-dong, and choral song deter the bee from industry, but hoot of owl and wolf's long howl incite to moil and steady toil. The length of the tongue of the honeybee is of great importance to beekeepers. Some flowers, such as the red clover, have a corolla so deep that few bees are able to gather the honey produced in them. Therefore, one of the chief aims of progressive beekeepers should be to raise bees with longer tongues.
Wild bumblebees have been caught carrying pollen loads in excess of half their body weight.
and they do it really quickly. If you get it in, maybe you'll get some in slow motion, but they come in and then they go, woo, and they come in and they go right in. It's just beautiful. And then to see their pollen baskets, their legs in the back carry the pollen, and then they have hair all over their bodies. People don't realize that, but even on their eyes, they have hair. Up. See her.
Why is she called the queen?
Are you able to track her?
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of sad they call a hive without a queen hopelessly queenless, but you can sense the bees' like anxiety that they don't have a queen.
Nick Flynn, queen. Net, suit, and smoking cup, you reek fear. If we fight back, or if there isn't enough, you seek me out with gloved fingers to crush my head. When we sting, you scream. We know why you carry our white boxes to the edge of the alfalfa, to the figs and raspberries. You take our honey because we let you. We pollinate the fields because we are the fields. I was just wondering if you could tell us more about the life of the queen, like the life cycle of the queen, and also why is she called the queen? And at what point do you know in history that bee began to be called the queen?
Yes. Well, she used to be called the king. She used to be called the king. Yes.
Wait, say that again.
I know.
She was made mechanically ecstatic.
So to raise a queen, what I do is I take a hive that's got a queen, I pull the queen out, and within 24 hours the bees are going to sense, hey, we don't have a queen. They're going to want to raise a queen. So when they want to raise a queen, they start producing royal jelly.
Anatomy of the honeybee: antennae, head, eye, mandible, thorax, leg, abdomen, forewing, hindwing, honey stomach, pollen basket, stinger.
I Tell the Bees by Joe Shapcott. He left for good in the early hours with just one book, held tight in his left hand, the Cyclopedia of everything pertaining to the care of the honeybee, bees, hives, honey, implements, honey plants, etc. And I begrudged him every single etc., every honey strainer and cucumber blossom, every bee wing and flown year and dead eye. I went outside when the sun rose, whistling to call out them as I walked towards the hive. I pressed my cheek against the wood, opened my synapses to bee hum. I could smell bee hum. "It's over, honeys," I whispered, "and now you're mine."